Alright, so it's Ricky Repairs back at again. Today what we're going to replace is the actuator, which is on the back right here. Let's go and turn on the AC. You can see max. So you can see once you put it in cold, you start hearing the clicking. See the heat. When you put it in heat, you can hear the little click. And you lower this, you can hear the click. Same thing if you turn it to the cold. All the way cold. You hear it, but if you move it a little bit right here, it'll go away. All right, so we'll be replacing that. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so you will have to remove all this panel right here, and maybe the stereo to get access to it. All right, and these two bolts right here, this one and this one right here, in order to pull this backwards. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first thing you want to do is remove these two bolts right here. They're 7mm. This one right here, this one, and the other side right here, All right, just gotta remove those two. All right, so once you remove those two bolts, just gonna grab a flathead screwdriver. Just gonna pry it out slowly. In a rush, you don't want to break anything. See, it comes right off. This down. Just gonna start disconnecting the wires from the back right here. Just gonna disconnect the wires, all the connections. All right, so you might not have to disconnect all of that. It's good to avoid taking all the parts out. Next thing you want to do is, there's two hooks right here, one on this side, the other one on this side. Just go ahead and press inside, inwards. You can see there's one right here, this one, and this one right here. So all you have to do is just press on it. I'll show you real quick. Just go ahead and press it inside. After that, it should let it loose. All right, so the part you want to replace is back here. This is the part that clicks, the actuator, which is back there, which you can't see. All right, so that's the little part we're replacing. You can see the little bolt right there. There's two in the front, one for that one. There's one on the other side, and there's one in the back. Where's that connection right there? So you have to unhook that in order to get to the last one. All right, let's get the two front ones. So the size for those two are size 8mm. Well, all of them. All right, just gonna get started. Just gonna remove that wire a little bit. So that's the other bolt right there in the back. All right, just gonna loosen that one first, then move to the front. So the size for that one is 8mm. As you can see, I have the bolt in. Already started it. So I had to move the camera out of the way. I just gotta remove it. see it's going up, it's coming out. All right, so we got the one back there. So next one, we're gonna move to this one. All right, so once you have it loose, just go ahead and try to remove it by hand. All right, let's go and try to remove this one now. All right, as you can see, I have it in. Let's go ahead and start loosening it. See, it's coming up. So you just have to be patient, really patient here. It's really in a tight spot. Once you haven't loosened that much, like right there, you could go ahead and remove it by hand, which is impossible as well because it's really tight. Just gotta move your hand around. Gotta work with it. Like I said, you just have to be patient. You can't put your hands in there. So what I did is pull that wire down. This one. This little lock right here, and from up there. That little hole right there. Can't see it. Right there. So make sure once you put it back in, just put it back in there. So I had to remove that in order to have more access right here to this bolt. After that, just go ahead and remove it by hand. All right, let's get the most difficult one. So on this one, I want to put back the last one, the very back one. All right, so go ahead and disconnect your connection. Done with the little orange right there. So there's a little clip on underneath in the bottom. Just go ahead and unhook it. All right, so I have to let the camera go in order to get that. Just that little hook right there, as you can see in the bottom. Just press on it. All right, let's go and get it. All right, so as I said, the connection goes right there. Connects right there. The white spot and the last bolt is right there. That one right there. Just impossible to get to, but we'll get it done. All right, so here's the connection that goes in there. See right here. This little tab right here. Just have to press on this. Press on it and pull it backwards. What I did was press on it like this and just press backwards. Yeah, as I said, you gotta be very patient with this. This is really in a tight spot. So let's go ahead and get the last bolt. So what I said is that the last bolt right there, once I remove it, I won't put it back in. That shit's too tight. All right, so we'll put the two front ones, but not the last one right there. Not that one. All right, let's go and remove it. That sucker right there. All right, so finally I have access right here. So don't be afraid to disconnect this one right here. Same thing, go ahead and connect it back in once we finish. That hole right there. See it? That one right there. So yeah, just gotta put it back in there. All right, so once you have that, go ahead and pull the wire down. As you can see, now you have more access to it. All right, let's go ahead and remove that sucker now. All right, looks like we have a better access right here. As you see. So yeah, the key for this repair is you have to be very patient. remove the bolt. As you can see now, it's coming out. All right, well, I'm gonna have to use my both hands in order to remove it. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, as you can see now, it's out. After that, try to remove it by hand if you can. All right, for the very last one, that sucker right there. You'll have to loosen it with the wrench all the way until it starts rotating, becomes loose. After that, remove it by hand. All right, so this repair requires a lot of patience. All right, after that, you have everything removed. Let's go ahead and remove the actuator now. Just twist it. It'll come right off. After that, let's go and pull it forwards. Push backwards here. All the way in the back. Let's pull it forward. Just gotta pull it. So there you have it. All right, just go ahead and put the new part in. Same thing as you pull it. Push it in. Once you have it in, just go and twist it. Slowly align it. All right. So there you have it. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten this bolt right here. The one in the back there, and the other one, this one. And the one very back there, just forget about it, just leave it. All right, let's go ahead and hand tighten this one first. All right. So you want to be careful. You don't want to drop your bolt. All right. Yeah, start tightening it with my hand. All right. So once you have it in there, just go ahead and tighten it. Alright, so there you have it. Let's go ahead and tighten the back one. Alright, let's go ahead and plug in the connection back in first. Since we're not going to get the last bolt in the back, just let it go. Alright, so same thing. has to go back in like this. All right, let's go and plug it back in. Make sure it clicks in there. So you can see it's back in. Just gonna get this second bolt right here. Same thing, you wanna start by hand tightening first. All right, after that, just gonna tighten it. All right, so there you have it. All right, next thing you want to do is connect your wires back in here. We disconnected this one from right there, right here. There's a little hole right here, right there. Just gonna put that back in. And the next one at the top right there. All right, we'll get to that right now. Just gonna put this back in first. All right, so go ahead and connect everything back in. Don't forget to clip this. It goes back in there, the top ones. And same thing with this one. Go ahead and push it back in. All right, so I'll have to do that with both hands. All right, so we can just put it back in. I'm just gonna put the dash back on. So as you saw, we didn't disconnect anything. We just disconnected these two ones. That's it. So no need to disconnect everything. You could if you want. Alright, let's go ahead. Everything slowly. No need for rush. Last thing you want to do is break your dash. Alright. Put this back on. Alright, make sure it clicks. Alright, don't forget the two bolts right here. Two small bolts right here. 7 millimeters. One right here. Go ahead and hand tighten it. Next one right here. Same thing, hand tighten it. All right, after that, tighten it with your ratchet. All right, as you saw, now there's some more little click. The click was there, back there. So it was the actuator that was faulty. Alright, so that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.